Hello everybody. Today I'm going to be tearing down this cheap generic Floyd Rose to compare to this less cheap but still generic Floyd Rose that I think is going to work better. I'm going to start by taking out the whatever you call this thing that holds the tremolo bar. So now, next step in tearing one of these down can be taking each one of these out. Now, in this particular case, these are actually off a real Floyd Rose, these silver ones. Now, I'm taking them off because I'm probably never going to use this bridge again. I will see if they'll fit on the new bridge. Most of the time they do. You don't have to take these out, but it would be a good idea to bottom them all the way out. If you don't, like, bring them all the way to where the point is flush with that face of the flange. So after I take this part and put it all in its pieces, you know, I'm going to compare it to the new one that I got, and we're going to put the new one back together. I already took apart the new one. So the next step you're going to want to do is take out these on this particular model. There really ain't no way around it. I'm going to try to keep them. I want to keep the blocks in there so I don't have to fiddle with those. These little blocks right here by my thumb. So please excuse the fan noise. I don't run with air conditioning, so I like having fans. Makes my bill a lot more manageable. That way I could buy more guitar parts. I'm thinking about making a tool video about all the tools I've recently collected to do this kind of work. Like, I'm going to make guitars eventually from scratch. Okay, so the next part is this. So what do you guys think? You think I should make a video about my tools? I'm not sure. For now, I'm just going to loosen these, take these blocks out. Here in a minute, we're going to get these blocks with their pins back. That way I don't have to think about losing these blocks or anything. Yeah. So the main thing that's wrong with these bridges is the fulcrum, this part right here. Now, in this case, I can't see anything truly wrong with it. I even tried sharpening it. I just took this fresh off my guitar. And what happens is when you bend the strings, and I think this is the normal problem that everybody has with these bridges, is it doesn't go back in tune because it sticks on these areas right here. Somehow it sticks. So you bend it forward, and then it sticks on an edge here. I don't know what the deal is with that. So now I'm taking out the block and the spring. If you never took one of these apart, they come apart pretty quick and pretty easy. If you have any kind of skill with a screwdriver and stuff, it's not going to be much of a problem for you. The two bridges that I'm taking apart actually seem to share some parts in common, and we're going to do a comparison about that. Like, for example, it looks like this block can go right on the new bridge. And if this is a heavier block, I'll probably use this block, because it's already feeling like it's a heavier block. No, not really. But here's the new block. Yeah, it's virtually the same thing. Yeah. So nothing changed on that piece. Now, the other thing is, I didn't like the spring steel. Yeah, this one's not that good either. Look at that. The spring steel shouldn't stay deformed. It should go back, especially for that. So this right away, this is a bad thing. You don't want the spring staying put. It's supposed to help keep the thing, you know, doing the thing, right? So anyways, like I said, we're going to put these pins back in the blocks so I don't lose the blocks. If anything's salvageable out of this, it's probably them little blocks for something. I'm going to save all these for parts. Never know if a friend needs one or something, or if I might need it for, because I'm not buying no more of these cheap $25 Floyd Roses. The new Floyd Rose that you're fixing to see here shortly is cost twice as much. I think I got mine for $40. The guy said it was used. It don't really look used, but we'll find out. I don't think it was used. So alright. Oh yeah, and on some of these I had to shorten them for my guitar. When I intonated it, they were too long. So that was a weird thing that I never had to deal with. Alright, this is all taken apart. I do like the steel, but apparently they didn't get these knife edges correct. I'm not sure what's going on with that. It's probably they don't. I don't know. It's not even worth speculating. I'm actually going to leave those studs in there. Alright, so the first comparison in parts. So here is my other Floyd Rose already taken apart. Fake one, of course. And so this is the new, and you can see it's a different design. You have these look like really quality steel up in here. Now, I've heard rumors that you could take these out. I was hoping that you would see some kind of place to push them out. I don't see any way to push them out. It looks like these little pieces of steel were pressed in. I don't see them as being serviceable. Not in a way that some people think that you could take those out. I'm not saying you can't take them out. I'm just saying it's not like other mechanical things where it has a place to push them out or something like that. So let's get this one back together. First step is I'm going to use the new block because they're virtually the same. The reason I have this piece of brass out here is because I was considering on making a brass block, because it's almost the same width, and I'd have to stack 3 of these together. The more I thought about it, I was like, man, I don't think I'm going to do that. So yeah, I'm using the screws from the old one because no, let's not do that because these are just prettier. All right. Now, putting this flange back on this little block, what you want to do is let your screws hang loose for a minute before you put any torque on them. Get everything lined up. Steel is not as important to go backwards like in wood until it clicks, but you can. Right? So now I got all 3 in. I really should be using a bigger screwdriver, but it doesn't really matter. I'm not stripping nothing, so we're fine. Alright, so I showed y'all the block and the blade. So here's the new, this is a string through design. And you lock the string down, so the ball end sits right there, and then you lock the string in here after you stretch them. So I love this design. I tried the ball ends on the tuners like a lot of cool people have been doing. I hate it. I think it's a silly, I messed up. See, this is what happens when you try to talk and make videos and you mess up. It's alright. believe this is the plate for that. Yeah. So, yeah, so I forgot this plate. You know, with these things, mileage may vary. I might have a good experience with it. You may have a bad experience with it. So, I don't endorse fake parts. It's just any port in a storm when you're trying to get your instrument back up and running. I have very expensive instruments compared to some people. Alright. So, oh, I forgot the plate. So this is a cool feature. Since you got a die-cast thing, it would be best to have this. So that's one thing I forgot. So you put this booger back in there. And it actually has 3 little screws that hold that down. So if you're going to use die-cast, that's the way to do it right there. Back it up with a steel plate. So you might as well just make the whole darn thing out of steel, right? In a way, yes. I don't know. The way they save money on manufacturing is a mystery to all of us. It's not a mystery, but it sounds better that way. So I erased it, but I did a YouTube live recently. Oh shoot. It never was meant to stay up. Boy. That was kind of rewarding. People were real nice. And I don't really deserve people being nice to me. I wasn't being rude or nothing. I just ain't that good. Not for something like that, you know. Well, I lost one of the screws, and frankly I don't give a damn, because you have 6 other screws that hold this plate in besides these little baby screws. So, big whoop. Oh, there it is. It just appeared. Damn carpet. It's funny, these are tinier screws, and this screwdriver is less good. It's not as good for this as it was for them bigger screws. Alright, back in business. Where's that? Allen. So, I don't know how I'm going to intonate this. Well, I'm definitely not going to be able to use my little thing. I got one of them little things to pull your thing back, and there is no fitting this anywhere on here. It just ain't. Maybe if I shave this down, take this out, so I might be able to do a thing like this where I don't use that part. Damn ants. I don't use that part, and I shave that down, but that's barely hitting it too. So yeah, I don't know what to do as far as using a tool for that. I'm gonna have to just bare knuckle it, I guess, and I'm not happy about that, but it is what it is. We'll see how bad the intonation is after I install this thing. It's probably gonna need it. So I'm gonna do the rest of these off video. As you can see, here it is. Well, before I do that, let's put this booger back in. Real simple thing. It's where your tremolo bar goes. I forgot to mention, they already got a hole on this. I've seen this before, but maybe you haven't. They have a hole started on this side in case you want to turn it into a lefty. But then you're still got this hole on this side, so you know, it is what it is. But it's there if you need it. Let's see. Torque that down. Torque. Alright. Basically, you only need 2 Allen wrenches and a couple of Phillips head screwdrivers to take one of these apart. Anyways, I'll be right back with the finished thing. So in closing, I do think this one's going to do a lot better. That's the new one. And another thing that was really nice, this bar is thicker than this bar. And this bar doesn't do the wibbly wobbly thing that this one does. So I'm looking really forward to seeing what this does. The seller made these up to go with it. He said he used this, but I'm thinking he just said he used it so he don't have to do it. I think he was selling it as parts or repair, just so you don't have to do a return. And it was only 40 bucks. 25, 40. And I think those go sometimes for 80. I can't find very many like this. The main thing that you look for is these bolts on the top. 99% of them, they're all like this. So that's how you, if you want to try to track you down one of these, that's the way to do it. He called it a Floyd Rose killer or Floyd Rose Terminator. He did a good sales pitch, said he used it on his Jacksons and no problems. He said he uses them on all his guitars, so we'll see if I have a similar experience. I have a funny feeling I will. The color of the steel on these I forget what everybody's calling them, but the wedges, the knife edges, that steel looks legit. So hopefully it's hardened steel the way that it looks. Until next time, in the next video, I guess I'm going to start cleaning the Jackson neck. We'll see how that goes.